Hello and welcome to this wonderful match day 6 game in Group H here between Melbourne City and Zhejiang FC from the Prince's Park, in a group where anything can happen in the next 90 minutes. It cannot be billed. This is everything you want from a group, and this group is so tight. As you can see, just 2 points separate top from bottom. And the two sides that could win, you pick any one from 4 here. Zhejiang here against Melbourne City. A victory for Zhejiang leapfrogs Melbourne. And of course, in the other game, all eyes on that as well. The two sides make their way out on a warmish night here, 29 degrees here in Melbourne. Humidity's just crept up a bit from when we first got here, and the breeze is quite light. But it's going to be a very, very entertaining 90 minutes. It's 90 minutes for all 4 teams in this group, where victory is the only outcome they require. Both sides have made changes. We'll see the team lineups in just a moment. But the City Group side have never progressed any further than the group stage, and they have a wonderful opportunity to do so tonight with a home match against the side who currently sit at the foot of the table and who they beat by 2-1 actually in Zhejiang earlier in the tournament. Goals mean that Zhejiang have just got to look at winning today. If they can win today by more than 2 goals, you fancy they've got every chance of maybe getting one of those runners-up spots, because the other game between Venforet and Buriram is also finally poised on a knife edge. It's been a long journey, and it's not often you get 4 teams in a group still available to go through on the final match day. Quite a few players though, just to reiterate that when it comes down to yellow cards here, those players that are currently on 2 yellow cards, and there's a few dotted around the sides today, they get another yellow card today, and they will miss the first round of knockout matches, as would a straight red card also mean that they would miss the first round of knockout matches should they progress from Group H. A lot resting on this game. Atmosphere somewhat dissipated inside this stadium. Prince's Park holds around about 30,000, but it's one of those where it's laid back away from the actual football pitch, as you're about to see. Zhejiang Greentown have a small knot of supporters in here today. Matthew Leckie leading out his side. Of course, Franco Andrijasevic leading out Zhejiang. Put yourself in their positions, both of these sides. A victory is all that they need. 38-year-old Jamie Young there went through his paces earlier on. Keepers tend to mature better, or mellow better, I should say. Mature certainly for the physicality side, but mellow, well, that's another story altogether. Goalkeepers are a strange breed, one would have to say. Two sides waiting for the AFC Champions League anthem to introduce them onto the field of play. Curtis Good, at the heart of the defence for Melbourne City, formerly Melbourne Heart. Record appearance maker, but the record goal scorer, Jamie McLaren, is a precautionary substitute. That's all I can say. I think he would have been in the starting lineup. Just a little knock on the ankle we heard earlier on from Aurelio Vidmar. Just thought it would be better for him to maybe make an impact on the bench. huge game in Group H. Zhejiang fans here to support their side, who got a victory in their final game. 3-2 victory. They've given themselves every opportunity of getting out of the group. Plenty of sides already through. The western side of the draw. Group winners Al Ain, Nasaf, Al Ittihad, Al Hilal, Al Nassr, and Bangkok will go through. They're clear at the top of their table. Whether they go through as champions of their group is another one. Kawasaki, Pohang Steelers also through. 2 groups to go. And it's a case of sorting out the best 3 runners-up in the 2 conferences. Well, the introductions now going through. Referees and assistants getting in on the action. I don't need to say too much today as a commentator, because this match will literally explain itself as it goes along. All of the people, let's have a little look then straight away. There we are. Tolgay Arslan, Stevan Ugarkovic and Marin Yakalis all on 2 yellow cards. They are in trouble. Leo Natal leads the line instead of Jamie McLaren, who is on the bench. The referees all come from the Korean Republic. Referee there, Kim Hee-gon, assisted all the way through. And they look ready for the 90 minutes that comes their way. And I've always been very, very impressed with the officials throughout the AFC. Very, very good. There is Zhejiang, of course, number 29 there. Zhang with the 2 yellow cards. Lee is on the bench. He's got 2 yellow cards as well. But they have made some 6 changes to their last game. To the bench go Yu and Lee, but missing Dung, Lucas, Cheng, Leonardo, and the players that have come in: Wang, Yu, Sun, Hian, Gu, and Mashekwi, who's going to lead the line. As I say, the 2 changes, Lecky and Natal in for McLaren and Lepine, who are both on the bench today. Perfect weather for playing a game of football as well. Who's going to settle first? Who's going to get that first touch of the football? Who's going to put the other under the first bit of pressure? It really is starting to build here. Massive opportunities for both of these 2 sides as they have their respective huddles. Masekwi, the man that's tasked with leading the line today for Zhejiang. Captain, as I say, he'll have Franco on his shirt, but Andriy Yazovich, a very good player as well. Well, all over by the shouting now, and 90 minutes we'll have of that, plus. Let's hope we get a match that befits the tension that surrounds it. The Prince's Park Stadium all set. Mashekwi will start the game for Zhejiang. And off we go, under the shadow of Melbourne in the background. And straight away, Zhejiang trying to force things forward. Besic with the first ball out. Kouassi, that's it far side. Tough work got to be done by the Australian international, as is Besic. He puts it down the line. Well, Zhejiang are certainly, in the first 20 seconds, decided that an attack is the best form of defence. Behic puts it long towards Lecky. Lecky battling hard, but it's going to be hacked away by Liang. Behic again. Caught by Mashekwi. No, not according to the referee. Nice bit of play by Mashekwi, finds Kouassi. Yakulis is back to try and cover. Level shape of the ground here. Has had and does have Aussie rules football played here, and also Sheffield Shield cricket, hence the sort of parameters beyond the touchline on the far side to the ground, just as an architectural feature. Always fancy my football grounds to be right on top of the pitch. Builds a big atmosphere. Always the trouble when it's not completely full that it dissipates, but you can hear the crowd in the background. Wang puts it back to Liang. Liang goes back to Zhao. Zhao to Sun. Well, Zhejiang giving themselves a chance, and are going to give themselves every chance in the game here. Natal with the little bit of a catch on Liu's ankle. Chance for Liu on the far side, gets it down the line, trying to work it. Mashekwi goes over, no foul, referee right on the spot. And no near side, Callum Talbot with a chance to try and build something. Mashekwi is still down, and the nice little touch at a play there by Ugarkovic allows some treatment for Mashekwi, who was just caught there by Curtis Good. Not sure if it's a stand on the foot, but either way, playing here at the Princes Park Stadium instead of the Melbourne Rectangular Stadium because of fixture conflicts, one would say. So Brian Talbot. First time that Melbourne City, what a forward press this is. Kouassi, Andrew Jazovic, and Co really forcing Melbourne City back. Nice bit of skill there to drop it out of the air by Zhang. Zhang got to be careful in midfield with 2 on. A little bit, one would say, ambitious there from Melbourne City, trying to catch the keeper Shao off his line. Qian. Far side. Very fluid front four at the moment. You can see the line of 4 from Zhejiang trying to do the press, but played around the corner. Good defensive work coming from Sun. Got it all the way back to Xiao, who's thumped it away. Jordi Vinyals, Zhejiang's head coach, 6 changes from the last game they had. We've already seen Aurelio Vidmar. Both managers and coaches poised in their technical areas with very little to do now apart from encourage and try and direct from the touchlines. Real chance here. First shot of the game comes off the ankles and goes away for the first corner. That was the legs of Tolgan Arslan that got the shot on. And now we get to see what I normally call the first test of a set piece, which is a bit like the first service match for a player in tennis. There'll be pressure put in. Arslan played out again. Behic stands it deep to the back, headed away nicely in the end by Liang. Surprised they took it short there, with the bodies. Yakulis in there, as well as Suprian. Saki to take this one. Bit of height. Zonal marking coming from Zhejiang. A flat one, almost uncomfortably cleared, one would say. Lassie leads the charge, but the ball will go away. Very strong blow on the whistle there. Gonna have a little look at that. Jordi Viñales-Matori is looking a wee bit perplexed. Little point to the ear. Obviously the sign that the world now looks that somebody's just having a look at how that ball went into the penalty area and was cleared. Xian got it back to Liang. Liang back to Zhao. Zhao looks near side. Wang won't get that. Right idea. Thumbs up from the coach. Suprian with the ball to nothing. Everybody has a little glance around to see exactly what Sam Suprian saw with that ball. There we are. Aurelio Vidmar, Australian coach, former international player, brother of Tony Vidmar as well. Tasked with the chance of getting Melbourne City there. Just see him in his technical area, marshalling his troops. Talbot with the throw. It's an interesting stat straight away for you that in the first 6 minutes, Zhejiang have had more of the football. Nerves will play a part for Melbourne City. Opportunity, it's okay creating the opportunity, it's taking the opportunity really, and this is an opportunity to get themselves out of the group. And their defeat against Buriram was a little bit of a sucker punch for them. But then again, Venferet in the second division of their respective leagues, 0-0 and 3-3. It's caught everybody out there. Venferet and Buriram going head to head today. Who wants it to be at a slower tempo? That's the question here. Who wants to get their noses in front? When these two last met, it was 2-1 to Melbourne. Young, Suprian. That press again. Andrew Yazovic and Mushekwi, the players that come forward. Kian putting pressure on as well. Behic, Natal. Lovely spin this time by Lecky, but tied it up very well by Sun. At the moment, it's all about effort, but it's now looking at desire. And the desire at the moment, for me, it just seems to be a bit more purpose from the away side. Zhejiang seem to understand what they have in front of them as well. Talbot with the ball through. Easy flag on this near side. Yakulis flagged. Foot offside. Interesting that the yellow cards come mainly from midfielders. So they're the people who've got to watch themselves out, because they won't want to see themselves out of the first round of the knockout stage. Will both managers get the chance to take players out of the firing line if they're 2 or 3 goals to go? Well, we wait to see the first real chance of the game. 10 minutes gone. Melbourne City 0, Zhejiang 0. Talbot got the ball back from Arslan, but going to be a throw in the same place. Bit of a bent back there, but we don't see too many foul throws nowadays. Talbot, good. Straight ball for good, well, overhit. And that could just be nerves that are playing inside the muscles of each player in Melbourne City. Can't stress enough what a standard this would set if they were to get themselves out of the group. Wang around the corner. Oh, down goes Franco Andrijazovic under the pressure of Ugarkovic. Very good player. Andrijazovic had an excellent game in their last victory. Oh, Yakelis goes down, and it looks like Wang's going to get the first recipient of a card. Marin Yakelis, you heard him squeal as the challenge came in. Although, if you're an Australian rules player, or even a rugby union player, or a rugby league player, you may wonder why there's such a cry in pain. Wry smile coming on my face, that's for sure. Behic. Young. Cyprian. Hamza Saki goes long. At the moment, everything is long from Melbourne City. It looks as though their game is to try and pull Zhejiang's back four high up the park and play in the space behind. Not a bad ploy, but you've got to deliver it with enough check on the ball, really. If you're on the first tee, lofted club, big divot behind the ball. Try and check it as it goes into the space behind, or else it runs away, as we see. Yakelis with a loose touch. Andrijazovic comes forward, driving forward as well. Chance for him to look out far side. Elects not to. Shan. And now it is Yang. Turned around the corner this time by Gu. Easily covered by Good. Interesting thing, as I say about this game, is the result. It's all important. Well, that's a fairly agricultural type of challenge there by Franco Andrijazovic. He gets the second yellow card. Decent work cutting across the middle of the park by Ugarkovic. Got away from Zhang, who could have got himself his own yellow card there, but Andrijazovic is all about the victory and the knockout games. Whether that should happen, can take care of themselves. Natel. Oh, nice bit of play. Lifted back in. Ugarkovic. Aslan. Sort of running down cul-de-sacs, really looking for it. Lovely turn there by Mashekwi. Curtis Good. Yeah, and I agree with you there. Mashekwi, you've done the centre-half rather easily. Stood too far off it. It doesn't need to be the biggest kick in the world, but that was fairly cynical. There are nerves banging around 22 players, substitutes, coaches, managers, and the fans as well. Mashekwi into his body. Wang. Kouassi. Out of play. Just like a butterfly waiting to emerge from the pupa. How about that for an analogy of this game? You know something's going to burst out. Natel, lovely feet. Can he get to the dead ball line? Well, he's been thwarted this time by Liu. And it's the third corner for Melbourne. Melbourne City. Saki took the last one from that side. Not this time though. This time it's Arslan. 16th minute. And somebody just relieve a bit of tension. Arslan lifts it in right in the front. Oh my word. That is as close as you can get. Kouassi with the flicked header at the front post. He's got there first. Secondly, everybody is holding his breath inside the penalty area. Saki. Lugarkovic. Saki tries to play it in. Kouassi this time using the meteor part of it, the back of his legs, to clear the ball away. Very difficult to generate real crowd noise and 12th man pressure. Arslan, Tolbert, Kouassi wins it, knocked away by Zhejiang. Good, plenty of time to turn away. Behic. If I was a Melbourne City fan, I want a bit more tempo, I feel. Because you've got to be, in your commentators' eyes, a very good side to be able to pick up your tempo and drive forward. If you get into a set tempo, it's very, very hard. It's only the really good sides that can pick up, slow down their tempo. Sides that fall into a slow tempo find it difficult to break out of that. And that, as if I was emotionally attached to Melbourne City, would be my worry right now. Zhejiang, just as I say, feel as though they have a little bit more. Let's get it forward. Let's see what happens. As you see with that long ball, Andrei Jazovic, Kouassi, not a lot of green shirts in the box. Oh, Andrei Jazovic was never getting that. In fairness to Kouassi, he knew as soon as that left his boot that Franco, your man with 11 on the back, was never getting that. Brian. Again, Zhejiang committing men forward to the block. Coming off the head on the far side of Liu. Just a little bit quiet for a game with so much importance. Maybe that is it. Liu throws it back. Sun inside to Liang. Zhang comes short. Wang gets it. A side that have possibly felt for most of their campaign not to have any hope. Zhejiang looking at a different proposition. Beat Buriram, lost to Venferet. Then they beat Venferet as well, so they've got some capability. Just lost 2-1 to Melbourne City and lost to Buriram. Break on here. Kouassi step over, pulls it back, real chance, laid out, set to the edge of the box. And Zhejiang with the first real chance there. Rifled in by Gu. And that's what I said. Zhejiang just seemed to have more purpose and desire at the moment. One of the Melbourne City side have got to try and now. Tolbert with a block. Just got to try and pick their tempo up. It's almost as though they're waiting for something to happen to make them get up. Gu tries to go outside of Behic. Just, you could see from almost the very first moments. Liu to take the throw. And Shakri coming away with it, but it's better this time for That's a yellow card all day long. Mashekwi, what a cheap one to give away there. Scream and point all you like, take it in an instant. That's one arm right on the back there of Tolgay Arslan. Well, we had 21 minutes. And it's just looking at the moment as though Melbourne are waiting for something to happen. Yakalis, Talbot. Need a bit more purpose in the eyes of the commentator. Zhejiang will be, I would say, happy. Arslan, Yakalis. Yakalis tries to play it in off the legs of Wang. Easy for Zhao to take. Again, it may look a little bit Route 1, but it shows a little bit of, I would say, concern as good clears it. It shows that they know what they need to do, and the only way they're going to score goals, Zhejiang, is to put it up by the Melbourne City penalty area. Right, Xiang got himself in a right mess there. Lecky's got to find the right pass. Has got a lot of options. Saki, well, Talbot will never get that. I think that was actually going to be Yakalis' ball, but he ran inside. I'm a great believer, having been a football fan and a commentator for many years, and having been in the emotional places of supporting a football side and just reading the emotions of the game. And at the moment, I'm tending to be a little bit concerned, although there's going to be a yellow card there for the Zhejiang backroom staff. Vinyal Matori sees his backroom staff brandished a card by Kim Hyun. But yeah, just going back to my point just before I got there was the fact that, oh, what's a sarcastic clapping? Yes, there's always a good bit of dissent for you. Well done, referee. Yeah, when you are emotionally attached, you suddenly start thinking to yourself, as a Zhejiang fan, you'll be feeling happy that your side have turned up so far. For Melbourne City, you just know there is a huge degree of tension in their bones. They're at home, they're expected to be the side they've already beaten away from home. But it's the occasion that they have got to not play, and the match they've got to play. Mashekwi the target, very isolated. Behic with the time to see this ball out. It's not good inside him. First time the press from the Zhejiang side didn't really work. Mashekwi's played around really easy there. Saki, Lukakovic and Behic. Natel. On the edge of the box, Natel looking for support. Lukakovic, Natel. Well, that's a decent ball across the face of goal. Lecky was furthest forward, but it's always slightly behind the 8 ball there. Pace of the ball across the face of goal. Yeah, would have had to have had a foot that was size 115 UK size, and I don't know how the Australian sizes work. To Wang. Again, taking over. Sun. Standing off of the Melbourne press is fairly obvious that they don't want to be beaten in behind, and that's a decent ball again. Again misplaced, nobody really getting to the pace of the green base that is the Princes Park pitch today. Lukakovic to Behic. suppose really the first 25 minutes have played out pretty much as you'd expect with two sides that still have the chance of qualification from the group. Nervy, Young with the thumb clear. Zhang with a nice thigh control. Sun to Liang. So I ask you all a question out there watching this. You've seen the first 26 minutes of this game. If you are a neutral, I've got to say if you're a neutral, because if you're assigned to either side, then it changes this question altogether. But as a neutral, where do you feel? And who do you feel is the happier of the two coaches? Is it Aurelio Vidmar or is it Jordi Vignal-Mortori? And if you are a Zhejiang fan, you're possibly thinking, keep it up, lads. And if you're Melbourne City, you'll just want them to be a little bit more dynamic. Natel. Lecky goes inside on the underlap. Can he find a blue shirt? He's got a real chance here. Bogarkovic, just one touch too many. First touch just rolled away from him, which allowed him to be shut down. Got two players down. Natel is down. Yeah, Zhang got that one right on the ankle bone. Say that I've done exactly what Natel would have done in the past, which is a very nice bit of work there by Leonardo Natel. You could all see from the video footage there that Zhang's ankle was just a few indentations from some blades off the bottom of the boot of the man having a drink of water there.
Okay, come side, come side.
It's a brace there between the two. Rather nice skies for here as we move into summer months in Australia. Still a very, very nice night, heat-wise, 28 degrees. As you can see, part around 80% by City Group. Manchester City Cup, originally red and white, now which would have been Manchester United's colours back in the day, but now they're in the Man City colours. Natal, loose ball, Kouassi gets onto that, Talbot caught on the back foot. Markelis tries to hold things up. Yang to Sun, and at Liu, Sheki. Happy all day long if he gets the balls into his bodies like that. Crossfield ball looking for Kouassi, easy cut out by Callum Talbot. Saki, good. Good with the diagonal. Markelis will never get anywhere near that. Lovely control there by a man on the near side, the linesman. With his shoulder blades as well. He won't be too happy, I wouldn't have thought. Aurelio Vidmar. Ciprian, good. At the moment I'm looking for either side the man that's going to make things happen. It's difficult to find at the moment. Franco Yazovic was the man that made things tick in the last game for Zhejiang. Talbot near side of Yakulis. I can't see really at the moment who's going to influence the string pulling passes that are required from Melbourne City at the moment. Good. Behic. Underlap from Lecky. Behic goes outside. That's lovely work though this time. Natal. Good block this time coming out. Sun getting across to block the ball. The City group, if they do indeed, there we are. What a quality touch. When you get a highlight of the linesman or the referee's assistant doing that, it shows you that maybe, just maybe, there's a lot of nerves in the game. Natal. Franco Andrijazovic breaking forward, real pace and purpose. Kouassi the target. Oh, Callum Tolbert. In fairness, give that man a BAFTA, as we say in England. Yeah, you can scream all you like down there. Hordi Vignale Martori, because I've just seen it, and Callum Tolbert. Yes, he went in for the challenge, but as in connection with skeletal bits, nothing really happened. That is why Kouassi can get up. I think the only thing they've got to work out there was his vocal cords. Yang to Wang. Wang around the corner, ball to nothing. Well, we're going to have, if it continues this way to half-time, we're going to have a 45-minute shootout. Oh, loose touch there. Really loose touch. He's worked hard to try and get the ball back, but sadly, Aslan knew the moment the ball left his foot that he put his side in trouble. And if you are going to give the ball away, or you are going to give a foul against Kian, you do it there. Melbourne possibly the side that do not need to win, because that would give them 9 points with a draw here. Zhejiang would only be on 7. And it would mean that there has to be a victory in the other game for them to possibly not get a third place. But that really depends how the rest of the groups come out. Pohang Steelers, top of their group in this section. Urawa Red Diamonds 7 points in second, so 9 points could possibly see Melbourne through, but I don't think any side, and I'm talking of the topmost sides you want to go to, whether that be a Brazilian side in the World Cup, I don't think any side can play for a draw. It's just fraught with danger. So Melbourne, I think, will want to try and get their nose in front sooner rather than later. And Zhejiang know that they can really just have a go. A little bit of freedom football to a degree, really, because nothing ventured, nothing gained. Behic. Back to Young. Suprayan. Young. Zhejiang won't mind this ball being in the penalty area of Melbourne City, that's for sure. Young now with a ball to nothing. Lovely flick on by Lecky. Yakos tries to run beyond. Wang with a header away. Jakovic. City group do tend to play football, but going forward here. Shang. Meshekwi. Kouassi driving towards Suprayan. They've got a shot off. Young gets it, but it's very interesting how quickly that move broke down there from Melbourne City. Zhejiang have got a shot on target, albeit a dribbly one. Just glancing down now. Young, the man that's down. Got to see this again. Oh, Arslan. Tall guy, Arslan. Man on 2 yellow cards. You are dancing, sir, the finest of lines there, with your possible inclusion in the last 16. Massive opportunity now for Zhejiang for the free kick. CHN. The man who looks poised to give it a right old go. And it's far enough out to get it up and down here. Young needs to be on his toes here. CHN up. Oh, he's got it up and down. But as you see, it's always coming down after it passed above the crossbar. Like to be able to get the ball up and down with width and fizz as we move into 37. And again, it has so much riding on it. Yang under pressure, Yakalis, oh, I say. Flags up for offside. Well, I think that's just saved themselves. Although Marin Yakalis did go down a little bit in installments, but just making sure everybody's awake in the commentary box there, letting it run under his foot back towards his own goal. Liang, Wang, Zhang inside. That's a turn around the corner. Andrew Yazovic, Yakalis with great pace to get back. Well done for that. And that came herring back, forwarded there by Aurelio Vidmar. With his big lanyard, which from a distance looks a little bit like a man bag over his shoulder. CHN. Liang going for the diagonal. He's going to put his man under pressure. And indeed he did. Control, put off the pitch. As is Vehic there. It was a free kick. Infringement against the football there by you on the far side. Anyway, Talbot to Cyprian. How many times do you see sides possibly playing for the point and then falling behind with about 3 minutes to play? I don't think Melbourne can do this. Vehic, Natal, Lecky, Saki. Give and go this time with Arslan. Flags up for offside. And Leo Natal would have been looking all the way along the line on the far side. That's a little bit galling. That is looking all the way along the line. CHN, skill to get away. He's still got a chance to play the ball forward as well. Gu. Zhang coming out from the heart of his own defence. Defensive midfielder getting very deep in between his two centre halves there, starting point. CHN, who looks like he wants to find a forward pass, but has to go sideways to Liang. Wang, can he get Kouassi on the underlap? He's got to go outside, gets the ball into the box. Kouassi maybe just caused the space to disappear. Left is working hard. Zhang, Wang, Zhang again. Ball still in play. Can he find Kouassi? Kouassi, no. The chance on for Gu. Low shot. Saved easily by Young. H now, and again you have to say the purpose is there from Zhejiang. H carrying it deep into Zhejiang territory. Arslan, Natal, chance here. Oh, the deflection takes it wide. That is the best chance of the whole game. Tolgay Arslan side foots it, deflection wide. Massive moment there. I think it's actually taken a double deflection. It's another corner to Melbourne City. Can they get one right in that crucial time before the break here? Arslan with the corner. Front post comes up in the air. Shao comes out and claims. The game showing signs that the butterfly is emerging. Talbot. Good. Behich. Good. Shekri certainly doing the doggies from side to side. Saki. Tell. Inside Gu. Inside Gu. Maybe overrun it. Has overrun it. Just knew that touch. Well, there's been little glimpses of opportunities. Possibly the best one falling to Arslan. Zhejiang, in my opinion, as we move to the end of the 43rd minute, and a side that have been at their game, if that makes sense. Mushekwi goes up. Behich waits for the ball to drop, which isn't great. Gu's going to put him under pressure. In the end, the ball goes out of play. Mushekwi holding the top of his head, as you can see. I'm so sure that the final painful blow was a little bit of head to elbow. Not a happy man, though, is he? And in fairness to the young man in your picture, Mushekwi, he wouldn't have seen any of that because he only had his eyes on the ball. Good is good. Saki. Bryant. Jarkovic, Saki looking to find Behich. That's a nice ball. Behich, first touch, allows Liu to get the ball away. Can somebody fashion that one chance? A mentally big blow would be accepted by the side that concedes at this stage of the game. Natal. Symptomatic, really, of Melbourne City's first half. A lot of head shaking, and they really do need, you fancy at the moment, somebody to grab this game for them if they are to sort of impose themselves further on the game. Zhejiang have been fairly comfortable throughout this first 45 minutes. We wait to see how many minutes are going to be added on at the end of 4 minutes, a minimum to be added on. Good with the header. Kouassi picks up the loose ball. Tries to spin away from Jarkovic. Wang with the ball in, flicked on by Andrew Jazovic. Behic with the calmness personified, just to cushion a header back to Jamie Young, who's seen the ball into his gloves a couple of times. No real huge threat on his goal. Just fancies there's been more purpose from Zhejiang. Thumps it long, Lecky the target. Bounces up off the floor, catches him on the hand, free kick is given. Possibly thinking, how in heaven's name was I supposed to get away from that? Jamie McLaren, ankle knock, not considered for 90 minutes, but the record goal scorer for Melbourne City will play a part. Looking at that, he's keeping himself well stretched. Well, all four sides going into the end of this group stage of matches. And Venferet 3-0 up away, I can tell you, at Buriram. That would take them up to 11 points. That would put Buriram out of the picture. If it was to stay like that, as we have a little bit of a tete-a-tete. Behic and Zhang, the two that are smiling. Tolgay Arslan deciding to tell his gentleman where it goes. Let's just look at that. Venferet 3 up away at Buriram. Yeah, Zhang a little bit late on Behic. Venferet on 11. Melbourne, as it stands, would be on 9. Zhejiang 7 and Buriram 6. But Melbourne City know that one slip, one mistake, and that all changes, and Zhejiang go to 9, and Melbourne will be on 8. That is why I don't think Melbourne can continue to play in this slightly soporific way. They're very sleepy in my eyes. I just want to see a bit more. I would want to see a bit more from my side. I want to see my side get a goal and manage the game if needs be. Whereas Zhejiang, freedom football for them, just got to win. That's all they have to do. Venferet, second division. Unbelievable. Japanese side. They're continuing this fairy tale going so well. 3 up away at Buriram. Quite something. Well, we're almost into the last 20 seconds of the 4 additional minutes to be added on. We will have a bit more, no doubt, for that little contretemps on the far side. But as it stands, as Behic just allows himself to ease Hian under the ball. And out of play, Melbourne would be in second place in the group. I'm hoping that they're one of the 3 from this side of the conference, the east side of the conference, that makes their way through. But it's 0-0. And anything can change. The referee says that's enough. It's been a chess match, I think, is the only way I can say it. It has been very, very cagey. Zhejiang come here knowing that a victory is all that they can do, and the best that they can hope for, and everything that they want, and that would certainly put them above Melbourne City. Melbourne City, they can draw and go through, but it's a dangerous game to play. Half-time here at Princes Park. Melbourne City 0, Zhejiang 0.
and China PR, C, DPR Korea and Vietnam, or D, Australia and China PR. Play along, City family. What are you going to lock in? Lockie is going to lock in Australia and China PR. City family, let's take a look at the big screen. It is D, China PR and Australia, of course, Western Sydney Wanderers, the winners back in 2014 over Al Hilal. Right, who wants to answer the third and final question? Right, Brogan's thrown Lockie in the deep end. Let's bring it up on the big screen, City family. Let's see if Lockie can get this one, 2 and make it 3 from 3. Which team did John Hyundai Motors from Korea beat in the 2016 final? Time to take a look at the options. Is it A, AIU from the United Arab Emirates, B, Al Ali from the UAE, C, Al Ittihad from Saudi Arabia, or D, Al Hilal from Saudi Arabia? Now, I'm getting more Lockie, the heat is on you as well. What are you going to lock in? A, Al Ali from the UAE. City family, let's bring it up on the big screen. See if these guys can get 3 from 3. It is A, Al Ali from the UAE. Well, this quiz is the gift that keeps on giving. Because these guys are taking home a bit of a Melbourne City pack. Can you please put your hands together for Brogan and Lockie, winners of the half-time quiz, the second half of the far away, your Melbourne City. Thank you, China. This is Zhejiang FC. It's one of our favourite times of the night. It is time to play our City Dance Game. Now, if you see yourself on the big screen, there's one rule. Make plenty of noise. Right, I'm going to jump out and let these guys show us how it's done here at the Park at half time. Melbourne City nil, Zhejiang FC nil. You see yourself up on the big screen. Just get a great
Game between Melbourne City and Zhejiang. Goalless at the break. And second place currently, it appears, could be up for grabs. Half-time in the other game, Buriram 0, Venfret Kofu 3. So it looks as though they are going to, as it stands, top the groups. They have 11 points as it stands. Melbourne 9, Zhejiang 7 and Buriram 6. But there is 45 minutes to go. And Zhejiang, who had a little bit more purpose about them in the first 45. And Melbourne City, who know that a draw would give them second place, but would it be enough? And that is a question to go through. They've never made the last 16 of the AFC Champions League, and they are on the threshold of possibly doing that. Melbourne City, part of the City group, and they find themselves knowing really that they have to go and get themselves a goal to try and stoke up something. They were very subdued, I would say, in that first 45. And Franco Andrijasevic just giving the team talk to Zhejiang Greentown, just saying, heads on, we are right in this. We had a good first 45. We just need to get our noses in front and force Melbourne City then to come at us, and we'll pick off the spaces. Melbourne City, they, if I'm a Melbourne fan, are just giving me reasons for concern. We line up for the second 45. It's a 45-minute shootout between these two now. And off we go. Melbourne, 45 minutes for them to try and cement second place and see if they go into the knockout stages as one of the best three from the Eastern region to finish in second place. It's a difficult game to play, to try and play for a draw. And you fancy that Aurelio Vidmar would have got about his players. Stefan Bugarkovic, Saki, Bugarkovic, the time and space. Arslan. Overlap on the far side. Talbot. Back inside. Bugarkovic now finds Makalis. Shan with the hefty clearance away. Just having a chat in the commentary box here at half-time. I just said this game has got, and if you're a Melbourne City fan, please block your ears now. It's a lovely bring down by Talbot. I'll tell you just a second. Cuts inside Wang. Good delivery in. Dangerous cross in. Natal tried to get on the end of it, but it just scooted away. Said at half time, not at the start of the second half, after that very devilish looking cross into the box. But this had an 87th minute goal for Zhejiang written all over it, and then Melbourne find themselves a little bit under the cosh to try and get themselves back into the game. But they've been a bit brighter in the first couple of minutes of the second 45, and Aurelio Vidmar. Lovely work there by Kian. Good. There's the ball he thought off of Shekwi. Looking to go down the line. Ends up going backwards. Sun, Shao, and Yang. Quite impressed, but having said that, the statistical table before the game allows Zhejiang to have just one thought in place, and that was to win the game. With the header in front of Behic, picked up by Mashekwi, and Mashekwi Trying to find Wang, but Wang's going to have to do very well. He's done with a hop up and a step ladder there to have headed that one, but it cleared him fairly easy. Talbot back to Suprayan. How long before Aurelio Vidmar looks to his bench. Jamie McLaren, the top goal scorer for Melbourne City there. That's a nice ball forward. Talbot brings it down. Offside by just a bit of a country mile. Natal puts the ball in, but it could have been any one of three. Leo Natal says it's not me. But I tend to be on the side of the man with the flag there. Macalis offside. I think that's fairly evident that he was offside. But plus point for Melbourne City. They have now put the ball in the back of the onion bag, and they've also whipped a devilish cross in the first 4 minutes of the second half. So maybe, just maybe, Aurelio Vidmar just awakened their thought process to just go and win the game. That's all you have to do. I know it sounds simple, but for me, that subdued performance in the first half left them staring at the precipice of a defeat at home. Anyway, Liu gets the ball back. Sun, Liang. The line, Wang won't get there. Shekwi will. Sorry, it's Kouassi will. Taking on his man, goes inside to Brian. Good work, Mashekwi. Back to Kouassi on the angle, very difficult. Stands it up. Mashekwi, oh, from under the shadow of the crossbar. Well, Jordi Vignal Martori wants to have a little look for a foul in the back here. And I have to say, Mr. Behic, oh dear, I think this could be one where the referee has to go and have a look at the television, the monitor at the side, and indeed he is going to. No, he's going to have a... he's going to issue another yellow card. Strode purposely towards the bench, and another card at the Zhejiang bench. Offside this time by Leckie. Looking back at that, Hitch with two arms on Mashekwi's right shoulder. The ball's gone over the top. Judged not to have been too much impeding by Behic. But in the words of many of you, the wake-up call has just flown. Macalis gets it down. Can he get the ball in the box? Leckie's a target right across. It's 1-0 this time. Although the whistle is gone, Garkovic put it in. At last, the butterfly that is the group game. In Group H, that means so much, has emerged from the pupa. We can see the colours now. Suddenly, in the space of a few second half minutes, Melbourne City have had two disallowed goals correctly for offside from both Garkovic. Possibly there was a foul on Liang as well in the build-up to that one. But prior to that, Natal was offside when he put the ball in the back of the net, and we've seen Mashekwi put the ball over the top of the bar at the opposite end. Suddenly the game and the purpose and attention can be relieved. We are into a one-half shootout, and we are into this one half by some 8 minutes already. Then Ferret were 3-0 up at the break. They've been pegged back by one. Buriram have got one back. Behic to deliver. Cleared. Hacked away by Gu. Interesting that Jordi Vinyal Martori made 6 changes from the side that beat Buriram in the last game in the Champions League. A couple drop into the bench. 2 suspended due to totting up cards. Vugakovic, Makalis inside, real chance here. Real chance, this is 1-0 and they finally do it. Arslan puts Melbourne City in front and that's what they needed to do. That first 45 minutes was very, very subdued. But Arslan tucks in and it had been a different Melbourne City from the start of the second period. And to talk about settling your nerves, that really will do it. They have been better and brighter at the start of this second period. Makalich, lovely third-man run. Pulled back. And Arslan turned it in. Vugakovic with the pullback. Finished lovely this time. Couldn't miss, didn't miss. And Melbourne City pop themselves into a useful position now. Aurelio Vidmar, former international, will know exactly what that goal can do. That'll give his side confidence. It's now Zhejiang that have to come to the party. They knew they had to win, but they've now got to pick it up even further. Gu. Suprayan. Talbot. Makalis, the man that's hugged that far touchline to allow the run down the inside channel from Vugakovic. Dragged it back beautifully. The tall guy Arslan just to roll it into the corner. And it has been a different Melbourne City since the break. As I say, we were talking in the commentary box here that Melbourne could hardly afford just to sit on a 0-0 or a point, which it seemed to be all they were doing in the first half. Very, very subdued. Saying what they need to do is go out, get a goal, and then manage the game from there. It's now completely in their hands. They can be conservative, they can be very good in possession, and they've got to make Zhejiang come and get something from the game, which is effectively what Zhejiang have needed to do since the start, but they were given an easy ride to do that with more desire in the first 45. But Melbourne have now changed the whole complexion of the match. Well, two sides sit astride the top of the table on 11 points, but there are real interesting things. We were talking very, very much in the commentary box. Venferet with 3 goals to the good against Buriram at the break, and what that stat and that table didn't show you is that Buriram have now got 2 back. It's 3-2. I jokingly said, don't give me a shout until it was 5-3 to Buriram, making me wonder if I could be right. Anyway, cleared at the back by Liang. Suprayan gets it down. Oh, the twists and turns of football. But that doesn't matter to any Melbourne City fans now, because whatever happens to Venferet, or indeed Buriram, they will be on 11 points should it stay this way here at the Prince's Park. Behic gives the ball away. Franco Andrijazovic finds Gu. Gu caught in possession. A little bit more tigerish about Melbourne City now. And Zhang upends Ugarkovic. And one of those players sitting here on 2 previous yellow cards that could miss the group stage, the knockout stages, should he get another yellow card. Arslan drills it into the chest. Brian Saki. Just a different purpose about Melbourne City at the start of this second half. We had some 15 minutes almost, getting on for 13 minutes I should say, but Lecky's gone down in a heap. And that's a loose touch. Makalis dispossesses Wang out to the edge of the box. Real chance, good save. Zhao gets down low. Shot came in from Arslan looking for his second. Matthew Leckie just put his leg down and sort of looked to have opened up the knee joint with the way his foot was planted, and his upper torso and upper thigh went over the top of the knee. Just seemed to open the knee and went down very, very quickly afterwards. You see a heavy strapping just above the kneecap on the left-hand side. Jamie McLaren stripped up and ready for action. Wait to see what the changes are. Jamie McLaren, nice to have up your sleeve. Your leading goal scorer. Not sure if that's the end of the race for Matthew Leckie. Jamie McLaren will assume the captain's armband. And it does look as though it's going to be a straight swap. Well, it's got half an hour to make this a little bit more easier for the City groups. Melbourne City. Well, you can see down there. Thinking about doing a podcast actually about managerial fashion. And I can see that Viniel Martori very much accessorising with a white shirt and white trainers. I think that's passable. He looks a little bit in discomfort. Good. Turns it aside to Liang. Liang back to Zhao. Sun. All of a sudden, Zhejiang will need to move the ball a little bit quicker in terms of trying to tease Melbourne City out of their shape. As you can see, Melbourne just retreating off, which means that Zhejiang are playing it across their back four, and every square pass shuts up shop in front of them, I would say. Sun's going to have to deliver this. Good with the header away. Ugarkovic helps it on. Zhang gets it down. He's got options to his left, which is Wang, and he finds him now. Guasi. Trying to step away from Ugarkovic. Yeah, that's not a bad effort. The header there from Andriy Jazovic. It's had quite a quiet game today. Normally a playmaker for Zhejiang. Ugarkovic stretching his legs now. There's offside if it gets onto the man in the middle. Flag goes up. I'm not sure if it wasn't just McLaren and Natel when that ball went through. Looks pretty much as though they both are offside. Yeah, Natal, I have to say, looking across the line, shouldn't really find himself that far offside. And there we are. Aurelio Vidmar looking as though he's been tasered by the toes. Liang, Huang, Kouassi. I'm told, but could be caught here. Kouassi. Put it in a little bit blind. Easy for Suprain to get the ball away. Aslan to Natal. Natal with the blind back pass, but Tolgay Aslan does really well. Marin Macalis now with a real chance. McLaren, the only man in the centre, tries to get across. It's a decent ball across. That's not the best bit of defending, really. But while sat down on his derriere, he manages to clear it there. Liu. Kouassi now. Game a little bit stretched to keep the ball in play. He can do. He's only got Mukashekwi in there. Kouassi, taken on Ugarkovic. Good block by Ugarkovic. Steps away from him. Good tackling back. Creator of the goal, Steven Ugarkovic. And seeing now from the Zhejiang side, a little bit of dispirited body language. Behic taken on Liu. Goes outside in Behic. Good save by Zhao. Zhang will try and clear his lines. Great effort there. Behic got the shot on target. Zhao with the save. Liu the man down. And Aurelio Vidmar is now looking to replace Leo Mattel with Politidis. And Lepain is about to come on as well. Is it time now for Aslan, the goal scorer, to be taken out of the position of picking up a yellow card and thus ruling him out of the knockout rounds? He won't want to go off, but I think that Aurelio Vidmar may well be looking to leave that decision out of his hands. Politidis goes on. And it is indeed Aslan that is going to make way. And that's a pretty useful move, I would say, by Aurelio Vidmar. A couple of changes coming as well. This man coming on with the flowing locks, Lee, he's on 2 yellows. So there could be 3 changes on the way very shortly for Zhejiang. Yu is back on. Zhejiang need to find a little something. Gao and Lee, 2 of the players looking as though they're coming on. And Jin as well. Zhang, Huang. Liu. Qian. Liang. Sun. Qian wants to try and instigate something. Finds Zhang. Turns it on to Kouassi. Kouassi with lofted ball in. Mashekwi's find it difficult to do anything with that, but he's done very well to fashion possession, I would say. Liu. Qian back to Sun to Liang. Kouassi again. Ball again, Shekwi won't get there. The ball goes out of play well. Done by the left back. As is Verhich, who's just making sure that it's sorted out. Well, it looks as though we're going to lose Shang for number 10, Li. And Jin is going to come on for Liu. Scribbling. I missed the final one, but I'll let you know for sure. Wang. Macalis, lovely back here to McLaren. Macalis again. Got options in front. Can they find that second that would really sort it out? It's going to work for Jin to get the ball away. Lapan can't keep it in. Well, playing a dangerous game. Jin. Sun. This time elects to go long. Okay, getting a wee bit stretched this time. Over to Jazovic there. So, a little bit of a flailing arm there from Supraim. That was on. Trying to see that player to be removed, and that's maybe made way. That confirmed in just a moment. Shekwi trying to get away from Good with the header. Behich with a dangerous one back. Supraim decides that the best place for that ball is somewhere away from his goal. Jin. Sun. Got to find the pass. It's the quarter pack sat in the little pocket. Qian. It's for Li. Give it to Macalis instead. Nicely taken on the spin there. Politidis. Lapan. Saki. Politidis. Back inside again. Ugarkovic. But with a lovely bring down. Underlapping run from Ugarkovic. Read this time by Liang, but that's going to be a corner. And from the start of the 46th minute, Melbourne City have been a different proposition from the subdued side we saw in the first 45. They've got their noses in front, and they now know that Zhejiang need to chase the game. And they're not going to take anything lightly now, Melbourne City. Chance of making it through to the last 16. Taken quickly, Saki. Into the box, Lapan. Back again to Saki. Saki with a delivery, not brilliant. Easily headed away. But Zhejiang are deep. Allows them to get the ball away and turn over possession, which Melbourne City will be happy with all day long. Politidis. Behich. Politidis again. Run underneath this time by Lapan. Sun thought he was caught late. Lapani. Behich. Politidis. Saki. Keep ball time really now. Good to Saparan. Nice bit of work there by Garkovic. Finds Talbot. Garkovic again to put a deep ball in. Well, that's an untidy challenge as far as I'm concerned, and it is a penalty. Substitute Gal, wrong side of his man, comes in from behind. It was untidy. On Politidis, look at this, he's from behind, he's got to get there, got to make it. In the end, he just bundles into the back without touching the ball. The referee, Kim Higon, right there. Though, looking at that angle, if he doesn't just get a touch of the football, you know, I think he might. Claudio Vinial Martori. The referee just will be taking a little bit of instruction in his ear whilst keeping things calm. Saki stands over the ball, and he is actually going to have a look. It looked a very, very untidy challenge, but the bit that's going to matter, and it was the bit that I saw after the third look, was there a little bit of touch of the football? And this is the one. Did he just get a little bit of shinnigan on that, as we call it over here? Bit of shin on the ball, which means that he's made a genuine attempt to get the ball and not foul the player. Possibility that he did actually touch the ball, and he's very quick to gesticulate to the referee to say that he got it. Do fancy that it needs to be a bit slower than that, or it's looking a bit like an old-fashioned speeded up piece of film here. It's a difficult one. I thought it was uncomfortably and awkward. No penalty. And he got it right, and as I say, when I first saw it, it looked incredibly uncomfortable, but when you see it in slow motion, you know that they're just a touch of the football. And that is what VAR is there for. And well done to the VAR man, who is sat watching the television, Kim Jong-hyuk, for pointing that out to our referee, because as I said, at first glance, I would have given a penalty very much like a man on the park, Kim Hee-gon. But then when I got to see it, you can see that there is a touch on the football. If he doesn't get that touch, it's a penalty all day long. And we don't champion VAR enough to say that when it gets it right, it gets it right. Still 1-0. Melbourne City in the box seat, so to speak. Garkovic to Talbot. Wang with the header away. Picked up in the middle of the park. Garkovic just sets it back to Saki. Behic back inside to Good to Supreme. And what that goal has allowed Melbourne City to do now is just to concentrate, but I did need the wake-up call at half-time. It was very much a very, I won't say ill-disciplined. They were very disciplined in the first half, but they were very, to use a word, boring. They looked as though they could throw the whole game away with one mistake. Great ball to Macalis, who gets it down. Wang gets the ball away. But what they've done is they've added a little bit of desire to make the game better, and in so doing so in the second half, Zhejiang haven't had the same sort of threat by playing on the front foot, if that makes sense, with Melbourne City. Saki. Politidis back to Behic. Politidis again with a chance. Saki, Politidis tries to spin away. Gal. Chin gets caught late by Politidis. It's going to be a free kick. 1-0's never comfortable, but when you possibly, and I say possibly in the sweetest sense of the word, can go through as maybe a second place side with 9 points. Debatable, there's still football to go in these groups. Being 1-0 up is as comfortable as you can be in a final group match where before the start of the day's 90 minutes there was 2 points covering all 4 sides. Lee, Mushekwi picks it out nicely. Andriy Yazovic, Kouassi into the box. Andriy Yazovic, good save by Young. First time he's really had his palm stung. Quickly look at my paperwork to see if actually Zhejiang have had a corner. I think this could be their first corner. Interesting set piece for Jamie Young and his Melbourne City defence to deal with. Zonal marking. Mushekwi, oh, he's grazed his head across the face of goal. And it's in those moments that 1-0 looks slender, more slender than I was when I was first born. Anyway, Melbourne City lead by that goal to 0. Scored on 54 minutes. Ugarkovic's square across the face of the Zhejiang goal, turned in by Tolgai Arslan for 1-0. A goal which is pretty priceless at the moment for Melbourne City. Gal gives the ball away. Excellent work by Saki. Saki to Ari Politidis. McLaren's miles offside. Good work by Politidis. Just cuts back inside. Saki, Behic, Politidis. Looking for a little out ball. Behic, lovely work, gets around his man. Can he find a blue shirt? Lovely work by Aziz Behic. In the end, didn't know whether to shoot or pass, elected wrong. Saki, Talbot, Makalis. Lepan. Well, that ball is dotting around the edge of the Zhejiang penalty area. The sky blue shirts are happy. Oh, what a loose ball that is by Makalis. Lee trying to get away. Mushekwi's away. Driving forward. Curtis Good gets across and does what every good sweeper should do. Gets the ball away from danger. Well, if you're a Zhejiang fan, it's just urging your side forward to find the equaliser. If you're a Melbourne City fan, have you got any nails left? Headed on there by Andriy Yazovic. But when the ball, as we face the pitch here, and I see it very much as you see it, when the ball's away to our left-hand side, just this moment here from Behic, pulls it back. Shall I shoot? Shall I shoot? No, I'm going to pass it. And in the end, just shows too much. And Liang got the block in. To wonder if you're a Melbourne City fan watching this, why you've grown fingernails for exactly this game. Young with the clearance. Brian. Sun loses out. McLaren pulls it back. Oh, just runs off the toe of Lepan, but the flag was up early on. Well, for Melbourne City, the last 16. Stays this way, it's just under 8 regulation minutes away plus stoppage time. Zhejiang need 2 to give themselves the hope of anything. Wang, Kouassi, can he get the ball in the box? Wang carries on his run. Andriy Yazovic goes front post. It's a very deep cross. Excellent work by Behic. Polatidis has worked hard, but Gal's done well to get it back to Jin. Gal. Zhejiang now. In the words of Elvis Presley. Elvis Pressure, there we are. Elvis Presley. It's now or never, and that crossfield ball has given Wang no chance. And coming on, Scott Galloway. He's going to replace the man that just is on 2 yellow cards. They need to protect him for the last 60, but they also need to protect him from that. He's given the ball away a couple of times and caused a few little scares, a few little atrial fibrillations of many of the Melbourne City fans. So Scott Galloway will make his way on. Also a defender for an attacking midfielder, so Melbourne City may well concede a bit of ground in these final few moments and hope to plug up the holes at the same time. Talbot with the throw. Helped on by McLaren. Sun rolls it back and Chow comes out of his goal. Qian. On the far side with Wang. (3-2) it remains. Buriram in Thailand. Then Perez. Jin was he off the field of play? Well, his legs looked off the field of play. I'm stood behind him. Behic with the throw. Looking very much as though Ferret. As the ball goes across from Polatidis, Galloway got himself forward. Interesting between the two sides that will finish on 11 points, that both matches were drawn, so it will come down to goal difference, and the goal difference will be 3 apiece. That goes on goals scored, so Benfret would top the table over Melbourne City on my very, very, very naive calculations. 11 points. As Wang is going to come on to replace Qian. Well, it's a case of Andrijazovic, very little influence on today's game. Wang, Lee. I think 11 points should be good for a second place qualification. We'll wait to see for that to unfold when all the games are finished in the group stages. But now, as Wang gets his first touch of the ball, Andrijazovic for Shekwi, beaten in the air by Good. Jin will let this run away. And now, Melbourne City don't need to see that football anywhere near their penalty area. They've managed to get it away again. Lepan Wang, forward by Igarkovic. Polatidis gets it headed down. Sun to Liang. And this is now where, if you are emotionally attached to either two of these sides, it really is. I'll get his name right this time. Elvis Presley time. It's now or never. Andrijazovic got Wang outside him. Gives it to Wang. He's got a lot of blue in front of him. Inside to Lee. Lee stands it up. Real chance. Well, ghosted in there, Gal. It was against him. Had to generate the power as the ball dropped onto his head. But every time that goes towards the Melbourne City penalty area now, I'm afraid the heart still misses a beat, doesn't it? Gesticulations there from Vinyal Martori. He knows they need one to find two. It can be done. Melbourne City need to find that ball there up the top. McLaren's putting pressure on, he's working hard, but Zhao comes out and claims safely. Well, for Melbourne now, and it really is curtains for Zhejiang. Zhejiang have got to hope that one breeds two. Yang to Stun. Jazovic. Turn and circle to see if he can pick a pass now. Next from channel ball. The run of Mashekwi. Headed away by Good. Big moments, the final 60 seconds of regulation football here. Still then for that lead, Buriram by 3-2. That would leave for Melbourne City, if the results were to stay the same, after stoppage time. And then Fred on 11 points. Free kick for Zhejiang now. Politides there, just bringing down Mashekwi. And now Lee will take. And everybody that is of the blue persuasion of Melbourne City are now breathing a little bit more rapidly than they'd like to. Lee to deliver. And headed wide, ultimately by Gao, but I think there would have been a flag in there. Wow. A minimum of 8 minutes to be added on. And 8 minutes. Absolutely. 8 additional minutes. Well, if any of you had dark hair before the game, I'm afraid you've got strains of grey ones coming from the temple if you are of the side of Melbourne City. And if you are from Zhejiang, the urging of your side forward would actually be able to lift a passenger jumbo jet off the floor, I feel. Wang plays it forward. Glass, can't do anything with that. But in fairness, Melbourne City have stamped their authority in the second half. And what it is that they have taken or quelled the desire of Zhejiang from the first period. Melbourne City with a better performance. McLaren! Oh. Jin goes down holding his face. McLaren, absolutely no malice in that whatsoever, was just literally trying to win the ball. See this again. Jin puts his head down. Yep. And yeah, that's not just a glancing blow. I think it's a fairly empty blow, which is going to smarter touch, I would say. And it's going to add some time onto the 8 minutes that were due to be added on. McLaren gets the yellow card. And the referee brandishing the yellow card to Mr. McLaren. It's now going to look at dangerous play, but I wonder just how much of this is to do with the scars that have been left behind. Because at the time I referee there, Mr. Kim Egon, you know, we all knew it was a high boot. I'm pretty sure there's no malice anywhere in this from Jamie McLaren. Wow. I think Mr. McLaren's going to be lucky to stay on the field of play here, but I still don't honestly believe that Jamie McLaren in any way, shape or form has wished to deliver that blow to the forehead of Jin. And we talk about intent. Okay, you can talk about intent. We're seeing it in slow motion, and sometimes slow motion makes the intent look worse. And you know, we're going to look at the incident with the boot to the head, but we have to say that there was a tug of the shirt by Sun just before that, which of course would have increased his momentum to try and go for the ball. So I'm really glad I'm not a referee, because either way it has resulted in a nasty looking injury to the head of Jin. The referee's going to come out. He's looked at it and he's agreed that a yellow card is all it is. And I have to say that I wholeheartedly agree with that. I know that the facial markings of Jin look worse and no doubt are smarting quite a bit, but there was not any malice in there whatsoever. The yellow card, I think, is the right decision, which referee and VAR boys have got right. Ball goes through, McLaren with a chance. Tried to tow it round Zhao, but Zhao got down quickly. That would have been like putting vinegar on Jin's wounds if that had gone to McLaren. He did tow both that in. Anyway, we're going to have quite some time added on at the end of the minimum of 8. We're into the 96 now. Lead, ball forward, not good enough. The fans offended. Jin. Still Venferet 3, Buriram 2 at Buriram's ground in Thailand. Which will leave these two sides, if the scores remain the same, on 11 points at the top of the table. But as the sands of time maybe slip through the hourglass of the group stage for Zhejiang, Melbourne just want to keep hold of the football, and they will do here with Behic. Behic has done really well, being shepherded all the way down the line, puts the ball out of play. Referee says nothing doing in terms of a foul. I can tell you that the final whistle has gone in Thailand, and it's finished Venferet 3, Buriram United 2. So Venferet from the second division in Japan I should say, have won the group as it stands. Lee, far side, Kouassi. A goal now for Zhejiang would be absolutely cataclysmic. You fancy shot, oh, swing and a miss. Wang clips it in, headed away this time by Curtis Good. It really is now starting to time for you to take your nails out of the seats, because you are grim. You've got white. It's a white knuckle right now for Melbourne City. Launched in by Jin, helped on by Wang. Cleared away again. Wang puts it back towards Kouassi. Party poopers extraordinaire. Zhejiang could be right now. Good header on, goes goalwards, headed up and over his own crossbar by Kurt. It's good, it's going to be a corner. Your commentator is a neutral, but he does know what you're all going through right now. Lee with a delivery. Short of the goalkeeper, I think everybody's up there. Lee kills it away from goal. Mashekwi, oh, he's got the goal! Oh my word! 99th minute, Lee corner. Mashekwi with the header. Oh my word, now Melbourne City. Really, and it's a clean header as well. Left on his own. And that really is a seismic blow for Melbourne City. And that is football in a soup song. You could have played all day long, all day yesterday, been a better side by a country mile as you have been for the second half, and now, in the 99th minute, it's a goal apiece, which takes Melbourne to 9 points, and suddenly a second place positional continual run to the last 16 is really in the melting pot. Few sides. They haven't scored that many goals. There's just 8 goals scored and 6 conceded. And Zhejiang, well, they're looking for a second. Jin back inside, just cleared. Wang with McLaren. Letting that go. McLaren's gone down clutching his face. Wang was a little bit arms up, and it's a straight red for Wang. Well, let's have everything in the last few minutes, shall we? It's a retaliation here. Wang goes as we move into the 101st minute. Is there still a twist in the footballing Group H here at the AFC Champions League? McLaren actually lost his man, Mashekwi, for the headed goal that's conceded the equaliser. Saki now to put it into the penalty area of Zhejiang. Aurelio Vidmar. It's going to be a few hairs from the temples of many people here going a little bit grey up. The referee wants Wang right away from the field of play. He has been sent off and should head to the tunnel. Saki drills it high and over the top of the crossbar. How long now before the referee says enough is enough, and he says enough is enough. And it's a point apiece, and the sweat still goes on for Melbourne City. They were much better in the second half. The first half pretty much a non-event. Got their noses in front. Lovely pullback by Steven Bogarkovic. Found tall guy Arslan to put the 1 goal up. And they did boss the second half. They had a couple of goals ruled out for offside and fouls, quite rightly so, but they were better. They were on the front foot. Zhejiang went backwards. 1 goal saw them on 11 points and the possibility of going through with 11 points in second place was very much on the cards. But come at the 99th minute, yes, you heard me right, Mashekwi with a header from a corner from Lee leveled things up. And now, Melbourne City won, Zhejiang won. Melbourne City have to sit and wait. Thank you very, very much for watching. It's what's been a nerve-wracking 99 minutes.